best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke when they open up that gate. Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight. Where the Bayou City streets meet these country roads. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome in to Larks Park. Justin Hergert alongside for tonight's RMBL matchup between the Hayes Larks and your Dodge City A's. Your A's, they dropped a hard one the other night, losing 17-4 to these Larks. They are here in Hayes to finish off this 4-game series. So Angel Vasquez up, and he takes a first pitch ball. Thrown down at 7-11. That pitch is in for a strike. It evens the count at 1. Mighty warm day here in Hayes. Pitch misses. It's 2-1 the count to Angel. Currently at 97, feels like 105 here in Hayes, America, as that pitch is in for a strike. So yeah, a nice warm evening here at the ballpark. The pitch, it will miss, and the count runs full. It's Sammy Frederick. He gets the start on the mound tonight for the Larks. Angel makes contact on the payoff pitch. It's out into left center field and will roll all the way to the wall. Angel in safely. He's got a stand-up double.
Good start for the Dodge City A's. If they wanted to really set the tempo early here and make a statement right on that first batter, they did exactly that. Angel Vasquez picking up a leadoff double. The left fielder, number 11, Amador.
That pitch is wild. So it's Jael Amador. He's up at bat right now. Amador ahead in the count, 2-0. So that pitch, a fly ball that goes out into the outfield, and Vasquez is thrown out at home. So the A's go from nobody out to 2 outs and nobody on base. At pitch to Max Irwin. So nobody on, 2 away, and Max Irwin takes a pitch high for ball 1. Irwin was a freshman this year at Coffeyville Community College. He'll even the count. So a 1-2 count to Irwin. A pitch misses high. That evens the count at 2. Irwin makes contact. He'll send it out into left field, and yes, second hit of the ball game.
That thing would have been hit, I mean, just inches closer to Ringer being up there on third base. He didn't even get that play. His glove was just
So that brings up Isaiah Velasco. He's taking on outfield duties tonight. He had pitching duties last night, moving into the outfield tonight. Kind of a jack of all trades for your Dodge City A's. Velasco, he was a graduate this past season, played at Central Michigan University. So he'll step up with 1 on and 2 away. The pitch swung on and missed.
fastball's got really good velocity, way behind that pitch on the swing for Isaiah Velasco. That's not an easy thing to do to get a batter behind a pitch like that.
Velasco's down 0-2. Frederick, he comes into tonight having pitched 5 2/3 innings. Velasco will go down on strikes, and that will end the inning. We are headed to the bottom of the first. 0-0. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome in to Larks Park. Blake Pacheco is on the mound tonight for the Dodge City A's. Enters tonight with a 1-1 record. He took the loss against these Larks back on June the 22nd, making his 5th appearance. Last pitched against these Larks on the 22nd. Went 5 innings in that game. Allowing 9 runs scored. Struck out 3 but walked 5. So Blakey enters tonight with a 9.50 ERA on the season. The pitch in misses again, and Hebner is ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. So Hebner, he's ahead 3-0 after Pacheco has not yet found the zone.
And then all of a sudden it just hit, and it has been dreadfully hot today, to say the least.
The pitch will miss, and Hebner draws the 4-pitch walk. 1 on, nobody out for the Larks. The A's pitching staff, they've struggled with walks on this season. They've issued 123 in 154 innings pitched, so almost a 1 walk per inning ratio. The first pitch to Trent Baker is in, and ball 5. Defensively for your A's, it's Amador, Velasco, and Copper left to right in the outfield, as Baker will make contact and foul that one off. Third to first across the infield, it is Max Irwin, Arturo Blaquenze, Angel Vasquez, and Jackson Phillips. Of course, like Pacheco on the mound, and Aiden Morehouse completes the battery. The throw to first is not in time. The A's 8-10-1 on the season. I'll have the day off tomorrow and then welcome in the Newton Rebels on Tuesday at Cavalier Field, a 7 p.m. game, as pitch misses high to Baker, and he's ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. A's are still looking for their first win. You have to go all the way back to June the 14th to find the A's in the win column. A 2-1 pitch. In and called strike, and evens a count at 2 to Baker. This Hayes Larks lineup is one that you can't afford to just be issuing free passes, as they will take advantage of it. Pitch. It'll miss outside, and the count runs full. Payoff pitch coming from Pacheco. He'll take a look over at first and come set. Gets the swing, and Baker comes up empty and gets the strikeout for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Rainer Bean. One on, one away for the Larks. Bean makes contact, sends it to Blakenze. Throw to first in time, and that moves the runner over to third, but now 2 away.
The Larks catcher from Southwestern Oklahoma State University, number 3, Red Wilson.
So that brings up Brand Wilson. Every person in the Larks order scored at least once last night against the A's. Of course, the A's dropped that game at 17-4. Looking at the overall series, the A's, they dropped the first game to the Larks. It was a non-league contest. They dropped that one 7-12. So that pitch comes in and will hit Wilson, and that'll put runners on the corners. So the A's, they played the Larks in a non-league. That game on June the 21st, a 12-7 decision in favor of the Larks. And then the league series started. Of course, it's a 4-game league series. The A's had dropped the first game at home at 15-3. Then they would see the Larks take a 2-game advantage in the series as on a 4-3 win just the other night. And then, of course, last night they dropped the game 17-4. So that's a look at the overall series. He threw over to first, not in time.
It's not hard to figure that out as to why he's been kind of a go-to guy for the base paths.
Swung on and missed by Keenan, and he's down in the count 0-1. Grounded to Pacheco. He'll flip to first for the out, and that will end the inning. So the Larks strand 2, and we're headed to the top of the second. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Leading off in the second, it is Aiden Morehouse. Takes the first pitch he sees and sends it out into left field, driving it up the third base line, and the A's have a runner aboard. So the A's are going to go with Jaden Marino as a courtesy runner, and that brings up Jackson Phillips. Phillips, a redshirt sophomore from Seward County Community College. He steps up with one on and nobody out. Takes a pitch outside and moves ahead in the count. 1 ball and no strikes. So the A's, they go with the green uniforms tonight. It says Dodge City across the front with their numeral in white, outlined in yellow, and then, of course, their number on the back in white, outlined in yellow. The Larks, they counter with the cream-colored uniforms tonight. The pitch, it swung on and missed, and Phillips, he's still ahead in the count, 2-1. Phillips works the count full after he comes up empty on the swing. We'll see the payoff pitch. Frederick, he works from the first base side of the rubber. Phillips makes contact, but it'll go foul to the left and out of play.
$1 per baseball when you bring it back to the Larks Mills, courtesy of the Hayes Police Department.
A pitch again, misses, and that'll put runners on at first and second. So runners on at first and second now. It's Moreno over at second. Phillips on at first, and that brings up Alejandro Gomez. Gomez, he was a sophomore this past season at Western Oklahoma State College. Lays down the bunt. The throw down to first is in time, but it moves the runners over into scoring position. So that'll bring up Trace Copper now. Copper, a sophomore from Tabor College, steps on with 2 on and 1 away. Copper takes a pitch low and outside and moves ahead at 1 ball and no strikes. Larks are opting to play their center field in. So wind is blowing in from right field here tonight. Pitch misses outside and low. Makes it 2-1 or 2-0. A pitch misses again, and Copper's ahead 3-0. A 3-0 pitch. Copper will draw the 4-pitch walk, and the A's have worked the bases loaded. It's going to bring up a mound visit from pitching coach Keith Harper for the Larks. So the A's have 1 away, and bases loaded for Arturo Blaquenze hitting at the bottom of the order. So the overall order for your A's, it looks like this. It's Vasquez, Amador, Irwin, Velasco, Morehouse, Phillips, Gomez, Copper, and Blaquenze. That is the batting order for your Dodge City A's. The Larks counter with Hebner, Baker, Bean, Wilson, Keenan, Norman, Stokes, Cox, and Crawford.
It's funny you said they played from behind in 9 of their games. They've only played 16 games this year. So if you do the math, that's more than half of the games this season they've played from behind. And not sure if all you folks are back home are fully aware, but the Larks are still undefeated up to this point. So I'm going to knock on wood when I say that. But regardless.
So the mound visit's over. We'll go to work. Arturo Blakenze set to face off against Frederick, who has thrown 31 pitches so far in the ball game. Kenze, he'll take a swing and come up empty. Falls down 0-1.
Frederick really has to dial it in here. A strikeout would be huge on this batter.
Pitch. That one misses outside. It evens the count at 1. Kenze swings and comes up empty again and is behind 1-2 now. Kenze makes contact. It's popped up the elevator chute. Tracking it is Norman, but it falls in the A's dugout and foul. So Blakenze stays alive.
The other ideal situation here for the Larks is to go ahead and try and turn it up this way. Well, obviously the strikeout's easier around here, but for the Larks, they're not going to say no to a double play ball here either in a situation like this. But Fredericks has done pretty nice.
The A's have struck out 171 times in 778 plate appearances this season. So, the 2-2 pitch coming to Blakenze. He'll miss high, and the count runs full, so another payoff pitch coming.
Very important pitch here. 3-2 count. Obviously has to be either in the zone or near it, but doesn't want to give up anything easy in the middle.
Swung on and missed, and that is the strikeout that the Larks wanted, not the result that the A's wanted. But it turns the lineup over to Angel Vasquez, who doubled the first time he was up.
And was still able to execute and deliver for this Larks squad. Now securing the second out of here.
So 2 away with bases loaded, and the A's can ill afford to leave them loaded. Vasquez makes contact and fouls it off. Pitch. Vasquez swings again. He'll come up empty.
I don't know what Keith Harper's words of wisdom were when he walked down to the mound earlier to go have a chat with Fredericks, but
So the A's, they've struck out 171 times, but have been the beneficiaries of a base on balls 110 times. That's through 19 games this season.
yeah, based on what Wilson is kind of signaling over the screener is that it may have hit him in his calf, right where the shin guard doesn't reach. It may have just been a stinger type deal where he's got to walk it off, let it kind of shake itself out, and looks like he's all good to go.
Pitch called strike, and that will end the inning. The A's leave them loaded, and we are headed to the bottom of the second. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Mike Pacheco's back on the mound for the Dodge City A's, facing off against Tanner Norman, who is in the count at 1-1, and he flies out to Trace Copper out in right field for the first out of the inning. So that'll bring up Tabor Stokes. Stokesy 7-hole hitter tonight for the Larks. Still a tie ball game at 0. 2 nights ago, 3. The pitch misses from Pacheco. So that pitch misses. Two nights ago, it was the 4th inning that was the deciding factor here at Hayes. The A's would score 3 in the top of the inning, but the Larks would answer with 4 in the bottom, and that's all it would take to win that ball game for the Larks. Stokes is ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. But then you take a look at last night's ball game where the Larks scored in every half inning almost. They would score in every half inning but the 4th and 8th. So that pitch is high and inside, and he will draw the 4-pitch walk. So the walks continue to be a struggle for the A's pitching staff, and that brings up Braden Cox. So Cox will step on and 1 away for the Larks. He'll take a first pitch strike. Falls down in the count 0-1. Throw over to first, not in time. Pacheco delivers, misses outside, and that moves Cox ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Larks are still working their first trip through the batting order. Pitch low and inside, and Cox is ahead 3-1. Nobody down in the A's bullpen right now. A 3-1 pitch. Pacheco delivers and misses low, and that puts runners on at first and second. So back-to-back walks, and the Larks have 2 on with 1 away. So Morehouse is going to go out and have a conversation with Blake Pacheco. Pacheco played this last season
From Colorado State University,
at Edward Waters University.
Austin Crawford.
It's his sophomore season. So we'll go back to work with Austin Crawford. 2 on, 1 away for the Larks. Crawford, the 9-hole hitter. Pacheco delivers and gets the strike call on the inner half. He'll get Crawford down 0-1.
It's really difficult with a left-hander to hit a slider off of a right-handed pitcher just because of the nature of a right versus left matchup.
Pacheco has what he wants and will come set. He'll take a look back at second. Delivers in. It's a fly ball out into left center field. Tracking it and pulling it down. The throw to third, not in time. They double off Stokes, and that will end the inning, and we're headed to the top of the third. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Jael Amador leading off for the A's as he'll face off against Sammy Fredrich, who is out for his third inning of work. Amador, he flew out the last time he was up, and he'll send that one foul. It evens a count at 1. Jael, he's ahead in the count 3-1 after a couple of wild pitches. And he'll step in. 3-1, he'll ground it foul to the third base dugout. So the count has run full. We'll see the payoff pitch. Fredrich gets the strike call. Amador shocked at the call, but the first out of the inning. That will bring up Max Irwin. Irwin, he singled his last time up. So the A's, they had 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order due up here in the inning.
Protect the plate in a situation like that, especially when you're down on the count like he was.
Irwin takes a first pitch low. He's ahead in the count 1-0. Pitch grounded to Bean, and that will be the well, the home crowd rules it as a hit, and I think it should have been an error. So they throw over to first, not in time. One on, one away, and they throw to first again, not in time. Frederick delivers it to Isaiah Velasco, and Velasco's ahead in the count 1-0. The pitch, and called strike, and evens a count at 1. Velasco shaking his head, not in agreement. Either way, the count's even at 1 apiece. The pitch misses low and outside. Throw over to first again, not in time.
That was close. He almost got him there. Irwin was lucky he had that arm just barely into first base.
The pitch, low and outside again, and Velasco's ahead 3-1.
I've seen him go there on the last 2 pitches. I'd be surprised if we don't see him try to go back inside with his next pitch.
The pitch misses inside, and that will put runners on at first and second. One away for the A's, and that brings up Aiden Morehouse, who singled the last time he was up. So Irwin now at second, Velasco at first for the A's. They're going to have to be careful in this situation to try to avoid the double play ball. Frederick delivers and misses outside to Morehouse. He works ahead in the count 1-0.
Just has to forget about the guys on base and focus on the batter at the plate.
A look back at second. Frederick delivers. Morehouse grounds it foul. And evens a count at 1.
Woodson hit that guy and glove and get him on the field. I don't even think he needs a glove based on that play right there.
Pitch misses. Two-one pitch. Frederick will take a look back at second. Delivers in and misses low. Morehouse can be selective. He's ahead in the count, 3-1. The A's, they worked the bases loaded in the last half inning and came up empty. They've already stranded 4 runners in the game. 7 runners have been stranded in the first 2 innings combined between these two teams. Morehouse draws the walk, and that loads the bases. So back-to-back innings, the A's have loaded them up. We'll see if they can take advantage of it here. They worked them loaded on a one-out scenario in the last half inning. We're going to see if the A's send out the courtesy runner for Morehouse, but it is going to prompt a mound visit from pitching coach Keith Harper. The A's are going to use Jaden Marino. So he will go out to do the courtesy running, and the mound visit commencing between Harper and the infield. So the Larks are going to get work going in the bullpen. The A's bullpen currently empty.
Obviously, in this league, you don't rely on a pitch clock, but when you are relying on a pitch clock, which is what all these guys are used to, they have to find the rhythm, they have to find a flow. And so I think for Fredericks, it's just settling into that flow and really just trusting in his stuff.
Well, the mound visit's over. We'll go back to work. Jackson Phillips up. He drew the walk the last time he was up. So it's Irwin at third, Velasco at second, Marino doing the courtesy running at first. The pitch, this is outside to Phillips. The pitch. A fly ball that will drop, and the throw to second for the out. So 1 on and 2 away, the A's, or 2 on 2 away, the A's are on the board. They scored a run for Alejandro Gomez now, who is ahead in the count 1-0. Gomez, he laid down the sacrifice bunt his last time up. It moved the runners over into scoring position, but the A's weren't able to do anything with it after that. Gomez swings, he comes up empty. He'll even the count at 1. Swinging at the high cheese, and we'll go back to work. One delivery. Frederick up to 64 pitches in the ball game, make it 65 now as he misses low, and Gomez is ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Frederick looks over at first, delivers home and misses high. So Gomez ahead 3-1 now. 3-1 pitch. Gomez makes contact, but it will go foul to the left. And that runs the count full. So we'll see the payoff pitch as Frederick has a new ball. He'll step back on. Works way to the first base side of the rubber. Runners go. Gomez infields it, and not making a play, a run scores.
I think he thought that play, the ball, I guess the pop up on that play had more camera, more spin on that ball than it really did.
Well, here comes Keith Harper again, and this is the end of the night for Sammy Frederick.
Pretty easy out at home if he would have just picked up that ball and just don't know if he was aware of where that runner was honestly from.
The A's, they've scored 2 runs, and we'll tell you about the new Larks pitcher when we come back. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Oh, the Larks make the call to the bullpen. They go to Carson Lyles. We'll look back through our record books here and see.
Larks are on the road this week as they travel to Fort Collins, Colorado for a 2-game series with the Fort Collins Foxes on Tuesday and Wednesday. And another 2-game series in Parker, Colorado with a game day Angels on Thursday and Friday. They'll return here to the friendly confines on Monday, July 6th.
Lyles pitched against the A's on the 26th in that 4-3 win. He came in relief of Trent Baker, so he was the first pitcher out of the bullpen. He went 2 innings in that game, allowing 1 hit, walked 2, and struck out 2. So that was on the 26th. And then last night, he did not. So the A's have runners on at first and second with 2 away for Trace Copper, who will face off against the righty Lyles. Copper makes contact and sends it out into left field and gets the first hit of the season. Rounding third, the second run. Copper's digging for third and will get in safely. Welcome to the A's, Mr. Copper. You just got yourself a triple, your first hit of the season.
That was certainly a big time hit there for Copper. Really padding this lead here for the Dodge City A's, and that's what they're going to have to do if they want to hang with this Larks team.
So the A's, they lead at 4-0, and that brings up Arturo Blakenze, a bases clearing triple. As the A's lead it 4-0 at this point. Trace was digging so hard he lost his batting helmet as he rounded second. So Arturo Blakenze steps up. He was a strikeout victim the last time he was up. The pitch is fouled back into the netting and down in the count 0-1. Yo one goes low through the legs of the catcher, and that will score another run. The A's lead at 5-0. One count now to Blakenze. A pitch. This is inside. The 2-1 from Lyles. He'll go low and outside, and Blakenze's ahead, 3 balls and 1 strike. The A's know that if they want to have a chance at this one, they've got to keep laying it on and take advantage of every opportunity they are given. Blakenze gets one past the outstretched arms of Rainer Bean. It will roll all the way to the warning track, and the A's have a runner on with a single from Blakenze. So he has struggled offensively here lately, but getting a hit there, and the A's have one on with 2 away and turn the lineup over to Angel Vasquez. So the A's are starting their 3rd trip through the batting order. So Angel Vasquez up at the plate. He'll take a strike. Lyles got the backdoor bender. Vasquez, he's batting .429 on the season, and throw to first is not in time. The pitch. Lyles goes front door and gets the strike call, and that has Vasquez down 0-2. So the A's, they have sent the entire lineup to the plate. Vasquez swings and comes up empty, and that will end the inning, but the A's lead at 5-0. We're headed to the bottom of the 3rd. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. So 3 different innings, the A's have scored 3 runs. 5 is the most in this year that the A's have hung on the Larks. The A's, they scored 3 in the top of the 1st back on June the 21st. They scored 3 in the top of the 3rd on the 26th, and last night the A's scored 3 in the bottom of the 4th inning. So 3 times the A's have scored, now 4 times have scored 4 or more runs in an inning. Fortunately, the A's trail the overall series 3-0. But that will bring up Braden Hebner as the Larks have turned the lineup over. They're starting their second trip through the batting order. Hebner, he drew the walk. Pacheco's back on the mound and delivers a backdoor strike to get Hebner down 0-1. Pacheco waving one off. He's got what he wants. We'll get Hebner to foul that one off. It goes over towards the parking lot. He's down 0-2. The pitch misses high and inside and makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, you can excuse me if I'm not too excited. The A's actually held a 6-1 lead going into the bottom of the 3rd inning back on June the 21st. As I said, they would eventually go to lose that game 7-12. But importantly, the A's have a lead right now as that pitch is fouled off. Count remains 2-2 to Hebner. The 2-2 delivery. Pacheco fires in, gets Hebner to swing, and comes up empty. The first out of the inning is a strikeout. Is the second strikeout of the game for Blake Pacheco to bring up Trent Baker, who drew the other strikeout. First pitch is a called strike. Pacheco struggled early on, but seems to have found the zone here. Down in the count, 0-1. Pacheco delivers. Baker fouls it off and finds himself down in the count, 0-2. Baker will foul that one off. Count remains 0-2. Yeah, BJ's leading the Angels 1-0 currently. That game is in the bottom of the 4th. The pitch. Baker makes contact, sends it out into shallow right center field, and pulling it down is Copper for the second out of the inning. So now 2 away and nobody on for Rainer Bean. Bean, he grounded out the last time he was up. He'll foul off the first pitch he sees and is down in the count 0-1. Well, the temperature has dropped a little bit here in Hayes, America. We're down to 92, but still feels like 99 degrees, and I guarantee a little warmer than that down on that turf. 0-1 pitch to Bean, and misses high and outside and evens the count at 1. Larks still looking for their first hit of the ball game. The pitch, low and outside, and Bean, he's ahead now, 2-1. Pacheco delivers. Bean grounds it to Pacheco, and he'll flip to first. That will complete the out, and that does it for the bottom of the third. We're headed to the fourth. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Jael Amador leading off again here in the top of the fourth. The A's sent all 9 to the plate in the third, where they scored 5 runs. Lyles is back on the mound for the Larks. Jael will swing and come up empty. He'll fall down in the count, 0-1. Amador, he's batting 182 on the season. The pitch misses low, and that evens a count at 1. Amador, he got caught looking the last time he was up and takes a strike call. Falls down in the count, 1-2. The pitch, it's a high fly ball out into right field, backing up to the warning track, and then coming in a few steps is Keenan, and he'll pull it down for the first out of the inning. So that'll bring up Max Irwin now with nobody on and 1 away. Irwin, he hit into an error the last time he was up. The pitch, check swing, but called strike. Irwin, he's batting 273 on the season for the A's. Lyles delivers, and it's grounded up the first base line, and Norman will take it for the out. Now 2 away. So that brings up Isaiah Velasco. Velasco, he drew the walk the last time he was up. Velasco's batting 316 on the season as he steps up. 2 away, and the base is empty for the A's. Velasco makes contact, fouls that when it goes back and out of play, and Falls down in the count 0-1. Wind still blowing here at Larks Park. It's blowing in from right. The pitch in and gets the strike call on the outer half of the plate. Has Velasco down in the count 0-2. The pitch. Velasco swings and misses. They'll complete the throw down to first, and that will end the inning. The A's go 1-2-3. It's not the clean inning for the Tommy's Car Wash, but we are headed to the bottom of the fourth. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball.
Easiest position's got to be second base. Hardest position, in my opinion, it's a toss-up between pitcher and catcher.
Easiest position, first base or center field?
I think the easiest position to play is center field because you see the ball in front of you.
Hardest position is probably catcher for sure.
Same thing. I think the same thing.
The easiest position is first base, and the hardest position is catcher.
I think the easiest position is first base. I think the hardest position is probably a higher level is probably third base. Yeah, I think it's third base.
Easiest left field, hardest catching.
Easiest is left field, hardest is catcher.
Easiest position, left field, hardest catcher.
Easiest, probably first base. I think the hardest, it's a toss between being a pitcher just because of the mentality of it and then catching.
Easy position, second base. Hard position, catcher.
Easiest position, anywhere in the outfield. Hardest, catching.
The easiest position to play is probably right field. The hardest position is to play catcher.
I would say first base is the easiest and left field or third base is hardest.
The easiest is probably first base. Hardest, catcher.
First base is probably the easiest, and probably catcher's the hardest. Maybe catcher for sure.
The easiest position in baseball is probably second base. The hardest position, I'd probably say pitcher, but maybe shortstop too.
Without a doubt, easiest position is first base, hardest position, catcher.
against the visiting Dodge City A's.
5-0 lead for the A's as we enter the bottom of the fourth inning with Blake Pacheco back on the mound. The throwdown not going to happen. So Brand Wilson set to lead off here in the bottom of the fourth. So it's 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Larks. Wilson, he was hit by pitch the last time he was up. The Larks are still working their second trip through the batting order. So we'll go to work. The A's had continue to love to hang zeros on the scoreboard. Other than the game on the 26th, this is probably one of the most zeros that the A's have hung. The first pitch is a leadoff single out into right field. And the Larks are going to send out their courtesy runner. So 1 on, nobody out for Sean Keenan, who grounded out his last time up. So for the second time in the ball game, the Larks, they have their leadoff aboard. They got Hebner aboard as he led off in the bottom of the first. He drew the walk and would make it all the way around to third. Would get stranded there. Throw to first, not in time. Checo fires in. He'll miss outside. Makes it 1-0 to Keenan.
Keenan, a freshman at Murray State Community College and native of Louisville, Texas. Waits the 1-0.
Throw over to first again, not in time.
Second time this at bat he's done so. And Wilson once again sliding back into first base. Another close call there over at first. One ball and no strikes. Keenan steps back into the batter's box. Now, I think Grant Wilson calling, no, not Grant Wilson, apologies, Kate Green. Of course, the courtesy runner now, I think calling time, maybe trying to get rid of a piece of equipment over there at first base. They don't have Grant some time. Do it all over again. Keenan steps back in. Checo shakes his head no, now finds the pitch he wants. Deals the 1-0. That one can rip.
First pitch to Keenan, or second pitch, sorry, is sent foul, and that evens a count at 1.
Nobody out. Lawrence trailing 5-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. One ball and one strike. The count to the right fielder, Sean Keenan. Checo likes what he sees from the catcher Morehouse.
1-1 pitch. He'll miss low and outside, and
Balls and one strike.
that moves Keenan ahead 2-1.
Looking to piece together a rally here for the Larks with a runner on first. Checo comes set. Pitches out of the stretch from the
Throw over to first again, not in time.
slides in safely once again. Balls and one strike remains the count. Checo shakes his head.
2-1 delivery.
Deals the 2-1.
Runner goes. It's high and outside. The throw down to second in time.
Out at second base. Green can't believe it. Nor can
Much to the chagrin of the home Larks crowd, Green is out.
to third base as he shakes his head no. He can't believe it. Still in disbelief that he was thrown out at second base. Now the Larks have nobody on with one out here in the bottom of the fourth.
It looked like Lucchese put his glove right in front of the bag as he was sliding across. He applied the tackle.
3 balls and 1 strike.
Now 3-1 count to Keenan with nobody on and one away.
Pitch from
The
Pacheco.
pitch is fouled back into the netting, and the count runs full.
3-2 now to Keenan. Larks wearing their throwback uniform sign, having that off-white cream color as the color of the top and the bottom of their uniform, with a thin blue stripe running down the pant leg. Navy blue numbers in the back. Red interlocking HL on the left chest pocket. Of course, their
So the payoff pitch.
right-hand side.
Pacheco comes set,
Payoff pitch from Pacheco.
delivers, and misses outside, and that puts a runner on.
So it's going to be an A base on base for Pacheco. That'll send Sean Keaton down to first base.
Well, now that thrown out at second looks even more important as 1 on and 1 away for Tanner Norman.
That brings up the eighth batter, batting the 16th spot. Tanner Norman, first baseman. 0 for 1 on the night. Flew out to right field.
Norman, he flew out the last time he was up.
Still looking to piece together the rally they need to pull themselves back in this contest. Pacheco takes a couple looks back to first base. Deals the first pitch of the at-bat to Norman.
Norman grounds to second. Vasquez goes to second base. A throw to first, not in time.
Tanner Norman
The fielder's choice. It gets the lead runner, but 1 on and now 2 away.
throwing out Sean Keenan at second base.
4-6-3, but it's a fielder's choice, and
For Tanner Norman. There's 2 down now here in the bottom of the fourth.
that brings up Tabor Stokes. Stokes, he drew the walk the last time he was up.
Stokes
Stokes will take a pitch high. Moves ahead 1-0. Checo, he's thrown 52 pitches in the ball game. The pitch. It's a line drive out into shallow center field, and the Larks have runners on at first and second. It's the second hit of the ball game. That brings up Braden Cox. Cox, he drew the walk the last time he was up. 2 on and 2 away for the Larks, and the Larks are trying to mount their comeback, trailing 5-0 to your Dodge City A's. Cox takes a strike on the outside edge, and he'll find himself down in the count 0-1. Look back at second. Pacheco delivers, gets the strike call, and Cox down 0-2. He's going to step out of the batter's box. Yeah, he's looking to get out of this one and strand 2 more runners for the Larks. These two teams have already stranded 8 runners through the first 3.5 innings of this ball game. A pitch misses. 1-2 pitch. Checo's set. He'll deliver, and it's fouled off into the grassy area. Count remains 1-2. Approaching the hour-and-a-half mark of this ball game. The 1-2 delivery. In and gets the strike call. It catches Cox looking, and that will end the inning. And we're headed to the top of the 5th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Well, the A's, they went down 1-2-3 in the top of the 4th. They're trying to avoid that here as You have Aiden Morehouse leading off. He walked on the last time he was up and takes a pitch low and outside for ball one. Morehouse batting .375 on the season. Takes another pitch low and outside and moves ahead 2-0. Top of the fifth, the A's a lead at 5-0. They've out-hit the Larks 7-2 in the ball game. The pitch misses again, and Wilson not able to get to it. Morehouse ahead 3-0. The pitch misses inside, and the leadoff runner aboard via the walk. So the A's have one on with nobody out for Jackson Phillips. Phillips, he singled the last time he was up. Wilson's going to take the opportunity to adjust his knee pads and shin guards. So Phillips steps in after singling the last time he was at the plate, batting .300 on the season. So the A's are working their third trip through the batting order. The pitch, this is low. Phillips ahead 1-0. Wiles, he's working from the first base side of the rubber. Delivers in, misses high and outside, and Phillips ahead 2-0. So 6 straight out of the zone to start this inning for Lyles. And that's going to send Wilson out to have a conversation. Keith Harper looking down at the Larks bullpen to see if they've got somebody ready. And now he's going to make the trek to the bullpen, or to the mound, and going to make the call to the bullpen. So the Larks are going to the bullpen here. We'll take a step aside and come back and tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Taking over the mound for the Hayes Larks, it is Hank Brown. He pitched against the A's back on June the 21st. He went 1 inning in that ball game. allowing 1 hit, 1 run, walked 2, and struck out 3. So the third pitcher now of the ball game, as the A's have jumped all over the Larks here early in this game. Still not a whole lot of breathing room, as we know that these Larks are able to mount a comeback at any point when they want to. Hank Brown comes into today's contest with 3 innings pitched and a 2.333 ERA. So Jackson Phillips steps up for the Dodge City A's. That's a strike call, as that is the 3-1 count now to Phillips, even though it says 1-1 on the Larks scoreboard. The pitch swung on and missed, and Phillips works the count full. So Brown comes in relief after the A's get their lead off a board. Runner goes, the swing and a miss, and the tried the strike him out, throw him out.
So now runner in scoring position for the A's as Hank Brown secures his first strikeout of the outing. Jackson Phillips.
Good job by Brown to fight back against Phillips. Hank Brown, his first appearance was a week ago today. He also against Dodge City, so he's seen some of these guys before. He knows how to work the ball back and stuff.
That brings up Alejandro Gomez.
So that brings up Alejandro Gomez. 1 on, 1 away, and Gomez takes a pitch high for ball 1. Gomez, he singled the last time he was up. Gomez batting 115 on the season. Moreno gets a lead off a second and throw back, and he is in, but not in time, and he is picked off. So Moreno, he gets picked off at second, and now nobody on and 2 away for the A's. The 1-0 pitch to Gomez is in and called strike. That pitch was definitely high and inside, and that strike zone has changed here in the middle part of this ball game. The pitch, grounded, fielded by Stokes. They'll make the throw to first, and that will end the inning. So that will send us to the bottom of the 5th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Game Day Angels leading the BJs now 5-1. They scored 5 in the bottom of the 5th. That game's headed into the 6th inning out in Parker, Colorado, and we are headed into the bottom of the 5th here as Austin Crawford set to lead off for the Hayes Larks. Crawford, he flew out the last time he was up, and Blake Pacheco is back on the mound for the Dodge City A's. First pitch, and it is a line drive out into right field that Copper boots, so they'll be in safely as the ball comes in, and it hits the field umpire. Well, I told you not to fall asleep on these Hayes Larks because you know that they will mount a comeback. They have one on and nobody out and turn the lineup over to Braden Hebner. Hebner, he went down swinging the last time he was at the plate. So after Copper booted the line drive, the Larks have a runner in scoring position, and the first pitch to Hebner misses low. He's ahead in the count 1-0.
Takes a breath, rolls his black bat through the zone. Now waits the 1-0. Checo looks back to second.
Checo looks at second, and he'll step off. He'll make the throw and reset everything, and we'll go back to work. The count 1 ball and no strikes to Hebner.
Really no contest, getting back to second base, standing up. 1-0 remains the count to left fielder Braden Hebner. There's one hole there for the Larks here this evening.
The 1-0 pitch. Larks working now their third trip through the batting order. Hebner ahead 2-0. Nobody really working in the bullpen right now for the Dodge City A's.
Checo looks home and jumps in. She's out of the stretch. Now the right-hander deals. 2-0.
Pitch is in and called a strike.
The catcher Morehouse. Larks faithful unhappy with that call there. Behind the plate.
Pacheco went 7 innings against the Boulder Collegians. That game back on June the 13th. He went 5 innings against the BJs on the 8th, and then 5 innings against these Hayes Larks on June the 22nd. The pitch in and called strike, and that evens the count at 2, and the Larks faithful not happy.
Looked like he was actually going to hit Hebner, but Hebner just crowds the plate so much. That ball was able to just kind of drop over the inner half of the plate for a strike.
A 2-2 delivery. Pacheco's waving a few off, has what he wants, he'll come set. Crawford bouncing around back there at second. Pacheco delivers, it's inside, and the count runs full.
Now a full count to Braden Hebner, the left fielder.
The Larks faithful letting the home plate umpire know about their dissatisfaction with the ball and strikes call here.
Checo comes in.
The payoff pitch. We'll look back at first or second.
Payoff pitch.
Delivers, gets a swing and a miss, and that is the first out of the inning.
Get that pitch.
That'll bring up Trent Baker with 1 on and 1 away.
The Larks have a runner.
Baker, he flew out the last time he was up.
That brings up the center fielder, Trent Baker.
Well, as frustrated as the A's were the last time they were here in Hayes America, the Larks also experiencing the frustration. The first pitch to Baker is in and misses. So he's ahead in the count 1-0. Baker 0 for 2 in the ball game.
Ball and no strikes to count. Checo looks back to second base, now deals the pitch.
1-0 pitch goes low into the turf, and Baker, he's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Two-0 pitch. Checo will take a look back at second. Delivers outside, and Baker's ahead 3-0. So Baker can be selective here. There's still no work in the A's bullpen, so the question is how long will the A's let Pacheco go? The argument could be made that the A's might be playing with fire because they know that the Larks will take advantage of anything that they are given, and Baker draws the 4-pitch walk. So now 2 on and 1 away for Rainer Bean. Bean has grounded out both times he's been at the plate, and that will send Aiden Morehouse out to have a conversation. So Rainer Bean steps up. 0 for 2 in the ball game. Crawford on at second, Baker on at first for the Larks with 1 away. Larks have 3 hits in the ball game to your A's 7. Both teams combined have stranded 10 runners so far in the ball game. So we're in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch is in and gets the strike call right down the zone. Bean, he's down 0-1. Checo has what he wants. He'll come set. The pitch goes outside and misses. Trying to get Bean to go fishing, and we know that this is a disciplined Larks team. They're not going to necessarily go fishing, especially early in counts. The pitch grounded to Irwin. They'll throw to second for 1. They'll throw to first in time, and the A's turn the double play and get out of the inning. We are headed to the top of the 6th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Well, Hank Brown back on the mound for the Hayes Larks as the A's will send Trace Copper out to lead off the inning. So they have 8, 9, and 1 due up in the order here. So Copper steps up. Just got his first hit of the season, so he doesn't have a batting average coming in to tonight's contest. He has scored 7 runs on the season for the Dodge City A's. It's 1 for 1. He hit the triple the last time he was up and takes the strike call. The 0-1, Copper will swing and come up empty. Down in the count, 0-2 now is Copper. The pitch, a half-hearted swing that goes foul. It'll be the drop third strike, and throwing down to first to complete the out, 1 away. So that brings up Arturo Blaquenze. He hit a single the last time he was up. Blaquenze batting 173 on the season as he steps on with nobody on and 1 away. Brown on the first base side of the rubber delivers high, and Blaquenze is ahead in the count, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Blaquenze fouls that one off towards the parking lot. It evens the count at 1. The A's completing their 3rd trip through the batting order. The 1-1 pitch. Blaquenze swings, and they say yes on the appeal. Down in the count, 1-2. Brown comes set and delivers and misses low. So he'll even the count at 2. Two is sent foul. It goes towards the parking lot. So fun story, there's actually the city pool back off behind us to our right. So as the A's pulled in today, there was a full parking lot as it was a hot day here in Hayes, America, and the pitch misses, and Brand Wilson was about to make the throw down to third. And the entire Larks Larks home crowd not happy. Blaquenze does swing on that one and will go down on strikes. So now 2 away. So that brings up Angel Vasquez, who has been a strikeout victim the last 2 times he's been at the plate. The A's starting their 4th trip through the batting order. Vasquez, a little excuse me as he fouls it off. The 0-1, and it will hit. So the pitch hits Vasquez, and the Larks faithful, well, they're not happy about it either. So that'll bring up Jael Amador, who is 0 for 3. He flew out the last time he was up. 1 on and 1 away, so the A's don't go down 1-2-3. They've done it the last 2 innings. Amador pops that one up. It's out towards center field, tracking it, and pulling it down is Baker to end the inning. So we're headed to the bottom of the 6th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Let's take a look around the RMBL. As the Larks, they check in first place at 12-0. Liberal BJ's in at second, 8-4. The Fort Collins Foxes 4-3. Your A's check in at 6-7. The Game Day Angels 5-8. The Boulder Collegians 4-7, and the Lumberjacks 2-12. Your A's, they check in fifth place overall at 8-10-1 on the season, where the Larks, they are in first overall at 16-0. They're followed by the Foxes at 15-6, the BJs at 10-5, and the Angels at 6-8. Boulder checks in at 6-8, and the Lumberjacks at 5-15. So leading off the bottom of the sixth inning here in Hayes is Brand Wilson, and Blake Pacheco's back on the mound for his sixth inning of work. It's in and will hit, and the Larks have their leadoff aboard. Still nobody in the A's bullpen. And the courtesy runner will go out, and Cade Green. Well, you can't fault the A's. I mean, Pacheco has been solid. He's thrown 74 pitches, 36 in 4 strikes. He's held the Larks scoreless through 5 innings. But you also got to be aware that this is a Hayes Larks team that is definitely in love with their winning streak. So they will try to mount a comeback at any way possible, as that pitch is in and gets away from Sean. As Sean Keenan is up, and that moves Green over to second. So the Larks have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Pacheco has what he wants. He'll come set. The 1-0 delivery goes low again, and Keenan is ahead in the count, 2-0. Two times this season, Pacheco's gone 5 innings. He's also gone 7 in one ball game. The pitch misses low, and Keenan ahead 3 balls and no strikes. A's lead 5-0 as we've worked our way into the bottom of the 6th inning. A 3-0 pitch. Green goes and gets the strike call, does Pacheco. Makes it 3-1. Green retreats back to second, and he'll get his lead off again. Pacheco comes set. Deals the 3-1 pitch. Turn back and make the throw back to second instead. So instead now Keenan will step out of the batter's box, and Pacheco set again. A 3-1 pitch. Keenan makes contact and sends it foul. Count runs full, so we'll see the payoff pitch. The A's do finally have someone up in the bullpen. Nicholas Gonzalez in the bullpen currently for the A's. Pacheco set. The payoff pitch goes low, and that will put runners on the corners. So that brings up Tanner Norman with nobody out and 2 on. And well, the A's are playing with fire here in the bottom of the 6th. It's going to prompt a mound visit from Jeremiah McCollum. It brings the entire infield in. And this mound visit may not be as much of a throw strikes kind of mound visit, but a chance to get Nicholas Gonzalez ready out in the bullpen. So Pacheco, he's given the A's 5 scoreless here tonight. Pacheco deals. It's outside for ball 1 to Norman, who is 0 for 2. He hit into a fielder's choice his last time up. Pitch delivered, it misses low, and Norman ahead at 2-0. Norman's ahead 3-0. The A's, they've tied the longest scoreless streak for the Larks. They held them scoreless from the 4th inning on back on the 26th. Pitch is down and gets away, and that will score a run. Told you the A's were playing with fire, and they're about to get burned. Oh, the Larks, they have the chance to break this one open. They just scored a run. They have 2 on with nobody out. Well, the A's are going to make the pitching change as the Larks have gotten on the scoreboard, and the A's, they lead at 5-1. So despite the Larks being onto their 3rd pitcher of the ball game, the Larks faithful loving the fact that the A's are just now going to the bullpen in this ball game. So Pacheco, he goes 5+. We'll take a step aside and welcome Nicholas Gonzalez to the mound. We'll be back shortly. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. So Nicholas Gonzalez comes in to take over the mound. He enters the contest 2-1 on the season. Nicholas, he last pitched against these Larks on June the 26th. He went 3 innings in that ball game. He pitched on the 22nd as well, going 1 inning. Nicholas, he enters the contest 6.94 ERA on the season, having pitched 23 1/3 innings. He's struck out 14, allowed 19 hits, and walked 16. I've talked about it several times at different points in the season. The walk to strikeout ratio has not been in the A's pitching staff favor this year. Of course, the A's having a smaller pitching staff than normal this year. We'll go back to work as Tabor Stokes steps up to the plate with 2 on and nobody out for the Larks. So Keenan on at second, Norman on at first. And the Larks are in prime position to take advantage of something big. But Gonzalez, he delivers a strike and has Stokes down 0-1. Stokes, he singled the last time he was at the plate. The 2 runners on would be accredited to Blake Pacheco. Pitch is grounded foul and will slow roll over towards the Larks dugout. Just over the 2-hour mark here in Hayes, America. Stokes down in the count, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Gonzalez misses inside. The 1-2 missed high and gets the swing and a miss, and that will be the first out of the inning. Very reminiscent of a softball rise ball. That pitch started low but went high and got Stokes to swing, and he is the first out of the inning. It brings up Braden Cox. Cox 0-1. He was a strikeout victim his last time up. Cox, he got caught looking at the plate. 2 on and 1 away now. A's leading at 5-1. The pitch misses a little bit outside to Cox. Gonzalez makes the flip and will look Keenan back to second. One 0 pitch. Misses outside and makes it 2 balls and no strikes. Well, the A's will return home. They have the day off tomorrow and will welcome in the Newton Rebels for a non-league contest on Tuesday afternoon, or Tuesday evening, I should say. The pitch misses again, and Cox ahead 3-0.
Trailing at 5-1 after Cade Green was able to trot his way home on a pass ball to score the first run of the contest for Larks.
3-0 pitch. In and catches the strike zone. Pitch misses low, and that walks the bases loaded. Bases loaded for Austin Crawford at the bottom of the order for the Larks. Crawford, he doubled the last time he was up. And the Larks are in prime position to break this one open.
Big spot here for Austin Crawford as a grand slam would tie this game up.
The pitch gets the strike call. And there again, the entire Hayes faithful are not happy. Of course, the entire Hayes faithful think that they're better umpires than what's on the field. Pitch is in. It's swung on and fouled off. So Crawford, he's down in the count 0-2. Crawford fouls that one off again and remains in the count at 0-2. So after getting a few new balls to the home plate umpire, we'll go to work. Gonzalez looking in. He's got what he wants and comes set. The 0-2 misses outside. A 1-2 pitch. Gonzalez delivers, misses outside again, and evens a count at 2. A 2-2 in and gets the strike call.
A backwards K for Nicholas Gonzalez. That was a very important strikeout for the A's.
A much-needed strikeout, and that turns the lineup over despite the jeering boos from the Larks faithful. So Braden Hebner stepping up 0-2. He's been a strikeout victim the last 2 times he's been at the plate. So the A's are getting the strikeouts on the board, and that will hit Hebner and put another run on the board. Larks trail it 5-2 now as a run comes in, and that brings up Trent Baker. Baker 0-2. He drew the walk the last time he was at the plate. Bases remain loaded with 2 away. Baker, the 8th batter of the inning. Gonzalez delivers and over Baker's head. Baker ahead 1-0.
How much gas does Gonzalez have in the tank now? He's become a little bit sporadic here in these last 2 pitches.
Gets the strike call.
One
1-1 delivery to Baker. Bases loaded. The pitch misses low. The 2-1. Gonzalez delivers, swung on and missed. And that evens a count at 2. A 2-2 pitch with 2 away. Gonzalez comes set. Pitch is delivered. It misses outside, and Baker has worked the count full. So we'll see the payoff pitch. The payoff pitch. Grounded, fielded by Blakenze. Throws to first. It's high, but in time and gets the out, and the A's get out of the bases loaded jam. The Larks score 2. The A's lead at 5-2. We're headed to the 7th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Top of the 7th, A's, they hold a 3-run lead as they will bring up Max Irwin to lead off the inning. Irwin 1 for 3 in the ball game. He grounded out the last time he was up. A's saw Larks score 2 in the bottom of the 6th. They have still out-hit the Larks 7-3. Hank Brown back on the mound, and Irwin makes contact and sends it. It will roll foul. So he'll be down in the count 0-1. The 0-1 pitch fouled off. That puts Irwin down in the count 0-2. Check swing, and they said he did not go, so that makes it a 1-2 count to Max Irwin. The pitch, it swung on and missed, and that is the first out of the inning. One away for Isaiah Velasco, who is 0 for 2. Was a victim of a drop third strike his last time up. So he'll step up with nobody on and one away. The A's, they've been held scoreless since the third. The pitch misses low. Velasco, he's ahead in the count, 1-0. Velasco fouls the pitch off. Goes out towards left field, and it evens the count at 1.
Larks are going to really have to rely on their defense here for the remainder of this contest if they want to have any opportunity here pulling this one back together.
The pitch. Isaiah grounds it. It gets out into right field, and the A's have a runner aboard.
That was a very good attempt there from Austin Crawford over at second base. The ball kind of jumped when it hit the grass as it kind of entered into that outfield grass near the turf. And it made it so that the ball just kind of popped just over the glove of Crawford. He was on that ball from the moment it came off the bat, but just came off the bat so quick that he jumped when it got into
So 1 on, 1 away for Aiden Morehouse. Morehouse has been the beneficiary of a walk the last 2 times he's been at the plate. Pitch is in, called it strike, and Morehouse down in the count 0-1. Yeah, 1, Morehouse fouls it off. Finds himself down quickly, 0-2.
I've been most impressed with Hank Brown's pitch selection so far in this contest. He's really been very intentional with the pitches he's throwing and these at-bats to every single batter, really. He's been situationally aware depending on who's up at the plate.
So Morehouse fouls that one off to stay alive. The count remains 0-2. A pitch goes low and makes it 1-2. So Frederick, he got the start for the Larks. He went 2 2/3 innings. Will be accredited with 4 runs, and then Carson Lyles takes over. He goes an inning and a third, allowing 1 run as well. The A's have scored 5 and lead at 5-2. 1-2 pitch. Morehouse makes contact, sends it up the third base line. It's fair. The throw to first, not in time, and the A's have runners on at first and second. And the home crowd crying foul. They want the foul call, but it was definitely a very fair ball.
That definitely stayed fair down that third base line. He really just kind of dribbled down the third base line. Very unlucky break there for Hank Brown. Really nothing he can do about that play. And same with Rainer Bean. He just looked at it, pulled it pretty much. A long throw across the diamond like that.
So that brings up Jackson Phillips now. Phillips 1 for 2 in the ball game. He was a strikeout victim his last time up. Wilson went out to have a conversation with Brown. 2 on and 1 away for the A's here in the top of the 7th. Combined 15 runners have been stranded so far in the first 6 innings of this ball game. Pitches in and gets the strike call. Five runs on 9 hits, no errors for the A's. 2 runs on 3 hits and 1 error for the Larks. The pitch, it's swung on and fouled off. And Phillips is down in the count 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Misses low. Makes it 1-2 to Phillips. Grounded to the second baseman. They'll go to second for 1. The throw to first is in time, and the Larks get out of it with the double play, and we're headed to the bottom of the 7th. It is stretch time in Hayes. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Well, the umpire is getting sprayed down with bug spray in between half innings, and we're headed to the bottom of the 7th. The Larks have 3, 4, and 5 due up. A's lead it 5-2. So Rainer Bean leads off. He's 0 for 3. He's grounded out every time he's been at the plate. He shows bunt, pulls it back, and doesn't get it back in time and takes a strike call. So Bean down 0-1. Gonzalez set, delivers in and misses outside, and that evens the count at 1. Pitch misses outside again, and being he's ahead in the count now, 2-1. The 2-1 swung on and missed. Counts even at 2. The 2-2 is a fly ball into left field. Tracking it, pulling it down is Amador, 1 away. Actually looks like wind direction has changed a little bit, actually coming in from left center. One away for Brand Wilson, who was hit by pitch his last time up. He'll foul that one into the A's dugout. Finds himself down 0-1. Down 0-2 is Wilson after he come up empty on the Gonzalez offering. The 0-2 pitch. Gonzalez delivers, and Morehouse has to dive to stop that one. Counts 1-2. Wilson's been hit by pitch twice in this ball game. 1-2, it's a fly ball down the right field line, but falls foul. Count remains 1-2. One, two again. Gonzalez delivers. It's fouled off. Sixth pitch of the at-bat coming. So after falling down 0-2, it's fouled off 2 straight. The pitch, low and misses inside, and that evens a count at 2. The 2-2. Up the middle, fielded by Gonzalez. The throw to first in time, and 2 away. So that brings up Sean Keenan now. Keenan's 0 for 1. He's drawn the walk the last 2 times he's been up. The first pitch, Gonzalez delivers. Fouled off into the netting. Yeah, one swung on and fouled off, and Keenan down in the count 0-2. Well, June the 21st and 22nd, the A's got to 9 hits in the game. They're at 9 right now with 2 more innings to play. The pitch, it is swung on and missed, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the 8th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Top of the 8th, and the A's have 7, 8, and 9. It's the lower third of the order due up for your Dodge City A's. So it's Gomez, Copper, and Blakenze. The A's, they have 6 outs and desperately would love to add some insurance to this ball game, leading 5-2. Gomez sends a fly ball. It's down the right field line and falls foul. So a long strike one, and Gomez down in the count 0-1. Gomez, he grounded out the last time he was at the plate. So the A's are working to complete their 4th trip through the batting order. Yeah, one from Brown, misses. That makes it 1-1. One pitch, grounded foul. So Charlie Pierce goes chasing after that one as it rolled down into fair territory. Pierce pitched against the A's last night. 1-2 over Gomez's head, and that evens a count. A 2-2 pitch, but Brown, he's going to step off the rubber. Count runs full as the pitch misses, and we'll see the payoff pitch. Gomez makes contact. It's up the third base line, and it stays fair, rolls all the way down the foul line. Gomez is digging for second. He's in safely with a stand-up double. Well, after an offensive visit, here comes pitching coach Keith Harper.
Anything that any of these teams that have faced the Larks this season so far have found out, especially the Dodge City A's no less, is you cannot rule this team out, because just when you think that you've got this team down and out, they somehow find a way to battle back. Larks now with 2 more innings.
Well, after the mound visits are over, we have Trace Copper up for your Dodge City A's. Copper, a drop third strike. He's showing bunt. They'll throw back to second to check on Gomez. Copper ahead 1-0. So Gomez on at second. The throw home misses, and Copper's ahead 2 balls and no strikes. The A's, they have a runner in scoring position, but they are down to their final 6 outs to add some insurance to this ball game, and you know that the A's definitely need some insurance despite leading 5-2. Several years ago, the A's were part of the Jayhawk League, and there was a saying as Copper fouls that one off. The saying is when the A's were in the Jayhawk League is there is no safe lead in the Jayhawk. Two 2-1 pitch coming from Brown. Pitch misses. Copper's ahead, 3 balls and 1 strike. Well, the Hayes faithful voicing their opinions again. The 3-1 delivery. Copper shows bunt, pulls it back, takes it for a strike, and the count runs full. So we'll see the payoff pitch. A long look back at second. Brown delivers, gets the strike call. So Copper will go down looking and bring up Arturo Blakenze. One away with one on for your A's. So Blakenze, he is 1 for 3 in the ball game, a victim of a strikeout the last time he was at the plate. First pitch, misses high and outside to Blakenze. Makes it 1-0. One-0 pitch, in and gets the strike call. It evens a count. One-one. A long look back at second. Brown delivers, gets the strike call, and has Blakenze down 1-2. Oh, Brown seems to be attacking that outside edge and has found some success. We'll see if he goes back to that same location. Comes inside and misses. So you could almost feel that on a 2-2 count now, Brown's probably going to go back outside and try to attack that outside edge. The 2-2 gets the strike call, and Blakenze goes down looking. 2 away with 1 on now for Angel Vasquez. The A's, they turn the lineup over. Vasquez 1 for 3. He was hit by pitch his last time up. Vasquez, he's slugging .429 on the season for the A's as he takes a pitch inside. Vasquez, he was hit by pitch the last time he was up. The 1-0 pitch fouled off and evens a count at 1. The 1-1 delivery. Brown takes a look at second. Delivers in and misses outside. And Angel, he's ahead in the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. The A's are, this is the 4th game, the final game of the RMBL series between the A's and Larks. The A's trail the series 3-1. So the Larks have already guaranteed themselves a win. Grounded to the first baseman. And getting there, making the slide, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Well, we've worked our way into the bottom of the 8th, and the Larks have the lower third of their order due. So Norman, Stokes, and Cox due up here in the inning. Nicholas Gonzalez remains on the mound. Norman, he's 0 for 2. He was a beneficiary of a walk the last time he was up. BJ's trailing 8-9. Gonzalez misses. That game is in the top of the 9th. BJ's they have a runner on with 1 away. Now 2 away. Norman fouls that one off and evens the count at 1. Pitch misses outside, and Norman ahead in the count now, 2-1. Gonzalez set, delivers a strike, and evens the count at 2. Well, the Larks are down to their final 6 outs. Trailing 5-2 here in the bottom of the 8th. The 2-2 delivery just misses outside and a little bit high. The count runs full. Payoff pitch. Gonzalez delivers and misses outside. The Larks have their leadoff aboard via the walk. Brings up Tabor Stokes. Stokes, a strikeout victim his last time up. The A's pitching staff has issued 9 free passes via the walk in this ball game. The 0-1 to Stokes. Inside and misses and evens a count at 1. Fly ball out into right field, and that puts runners on at first and second. Well, I've said it. The Larks, you can't fall asleep on them, and now they have the tying run at the plate. Braden Cox is up. He's 0 for 1. He's been walked twice in the ball game, showing bunt, sending it foul.
It's their thing. It's this team's identity. They have really embraced that identity to the max. It's just been so fun to watch this season.
2 on and nobody out. We'll go back to work with Cox down in the count, 0-1. So Gonzalez thought about making a throw back to second, but
I don't think that Norman's going to have any opportunity to steal from third base. I'm a little bit surprised Gonzalez is as worried as he is about Norman on second. Obviously, it's a tight situation here.
so here comes Jeremiah to talk things over, brings the entire infield in, and this game that is now at the 3-hour mark. Have I said it before? The A's, they like their long ones. When they come out to the ballpark, they're going to get their money's worth out of their umpires, that's for sure. So we'll go back to work. Braden Cox down in the count, 0-1. Cox shows bunt, pulls it back, fouls it off. Finds himself down in the count, 0-2. So down 0-2, you can about guarantee the bunt is off. Blakenze sneaking up behind the runner. The pitch is popped and goes foul. The count remains 0-2. The 0-2 misses out, makes it 1-2. The 1-2, it's sent foul. It goes to the right and out of play. One-two delivery again as Gonzalez comes set, delivers, it's swung and sent foul to the left. Five pitches have been fouled off by Cox in this at-bat. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming. Gonzalez set, delivers, it's fouled again, and the count remains 1-2. Eighth pitch of the at-bat. All contact has been foul balls. One-two again. Swung on. Fouled. Ninth pitch of the at-bat coming up for Braden Cox. Two on and nobody out for the Larks in the bottom of the eighth inning. Cox represents the tying run should he get on. Time is called. Well, the pace of play in this game has grinded to a screeching halt here in the later parts. The pitch swung on and missed, and that is the first out. One away for the Larks. So that brings up Austin Crawford, who is 1 for 3. He got caught looking the last time he was at the plate.
He's able to wear out the pitcher a little bit by doing that, and so we'll see if that can generate another hit here in this inning with Austin Crawford, the lefty up the plate.
The A's do have a person down in the bullpen. Looks like Frank Tinoco is down there. The pitch misses to Crawford. He's ahead 1-0. All the A's are trying to win their first game since June the 14th, where they beat the Derby Twins. Pitch, misses low. Crawford, he's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Crawford now represents the tying run. The A's would love to see a double play ball. The pitch, this is low, and Crawford's ahead, 3 balls and no strikes. Gonzalez has thrown 58 pitches, 34 have been in for strikes.
Gonzalez is going to be forced to pitch him a strike here on this pitch, so we'll see if Crawford...
Gonzalez is in danger of walking the bases loaded. The pitch catches the zone, makes it 3-1 to Crawford. A 3-1 delivery. It's popped up out into left field and an unproductive out for the Larks. Runners do not advance, and now 2 away as they turn the lineup over to Braden Hebner. Hebner 0 for 2. He was hit by pitch the last time he was at the plate. Strikeout victim the 2 times before that. So the Larks, they're starting their 5th trip through the batting order. The pitch. It's fouled off. Hebner down 0-1.
Sometimes those first pitches can likely be one of the best pitches you're going to see in an at-bat. And for Hebner, especially in a situation like this, with 2 outs and 2 runners on the base paths, you really have to extend your strike zone.
The 0-1. Gonzalez comes set. Fires in and misses high and outside to even the count at 1. Pitch. That one sent foul and out of play. So Hebner's down in the count now, 1-2. Grounded to Blakenze. They'll throw to second and get the out, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the ninth. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Well, Isaiah Velasco led off and popped out to, Jael led off and popped out to right field. My apologies. Max Irwin up at the plate. He takes a first pitch strike as Jackson Ramos is on the mound. He came in to close the game back on June the 22nd, going one inning, allowing 2 hits. So Irwin, he was a strikeout victim his last time up. The A's would love to add some insurance, leading this one 5-2. Irwin lays off and evens the count at 1. A pitch. Misses low, and Irwin's ahead 2 balls and 1 strike. Last time the A's made it to 10 hits in a ball game, you have to look all the way back to June the 19th against the Game Day Angels, a game in which they dropped 15-10. Well, Irwin, he's ahead 3 balls and 1 strike. Ramos looking in and has his sign. Makes a little swaying move before he comes set. Irwin fouls it off, and the count runs full. Nobody on, 1 away for the A's. They took the lead back in the 3rd inning. They scored 5 and have been held scoreless since. Payoff pitch. Irwin makes contact. It could be fair. It's down the right field line, but slices and falls foul. So we'll do the payoff again. The A's, if they can hold the Larks off, would win their first game since June the 14th. That game, they beat the Derby Twins 7-4. So the payoff pitch again. Misses high, and the A's have a runner aboard. So that brings up Isaiah Velasco. So Velasco steps up with 1 on and 1 away. He singled the last time he was up. First pitch to Velasco. Ramos delivers, misses high. Makes it 1 ball and no strikes. Throw back to first, not in time. Irwin made a little stutter step over there like he was caught by surprise, but he'll get up, brush himself off, and get his lead off of first again. Ramos comes set with that little sway move. Delivers high, and Velasco ahead 2 balls and no strikes. Again, the dismay of the Larks faithful at the no strike call. The pitch, high again, and Velasco ahead 3 balls and no strikes. The A's could definitely use some insurance. Throw back to first, not in time. The pitch. It's a 4-pitch walk to Velasco. The A's have runners on at first and second, and here comes Keith Harper to converse with Ramos. Ramos just took over in the inning. 1 on and 2 away for the A's. Aiden Morehouse set to come to the plate. He's 2 for 2. 2 singles and 2 walks. So it makes you think Harper was out there. For anybody that's seen Rookie of the Year, was he maybe talking about the have to and the want to? Little movie reference there. So that brings up Aiden Morehouse. Morehouse, he singled the last time he was at the plate. Runners on at first and second with one away for the A's, looking to add insurance to this lead. A lead that they have held since the third inning. Pitch is in and called strike to Morehouse, and finds himself down in the count 0-1.
That is crazy.
0-1 pitch coming. Ramos delivers. Check swing, and it evens a count at 1. Whoa, okay, so they just made the call that he is down in the count 0-2. The 0-2 delivery. Ramos delivers, misses low. So Morehouse behind in the count now 1-2. This game approaching the 3.5-hour mark. The pitch, this is low and outside, and that evens a count at 2. Despite a low-scoring affair, it's been a long, long night at the ballpark. Pitch misses high, and the count runs full. So we'll see the payoff pitch. Crowd getting rowdy in support of the Larks. The payoff pitch as Ramos comes set. It's delivered and misses, and that will load the bases. So the A's have worked the bases loaded with one away to bring up Jackson Phillips. He grounded out the last time he was up. And Phillips, he steps on in a big spot here. So the A's, they have Irwin at third, Velasco at second, Morehouse now at first, and they will put the courtesy runner on in Jaden Moreno. So the A's have their courtesy runner out there, and we will go to work. Bases loaded with one away. Jackson Phillips steps in. Ramos looking in. Gets a new set of signs. He'll come set. Delivers in, gets the strike call. Phillips fouls a pitch off, and he'll find himself down in the count 0-2. Well, a game that started approximately the same time this one did, that scored a combined 17 runs out in Colorado, has been done for almost half an hour already. We've scored a combined 7 here. The pitch swung on and missed, and that is the second out of the inning. So Phillips goes down on strikes, and the A's bring up Alejandro Gomez. Gomez 2 for 3. He doubled the last time he was at the plate. He sent a scalding one down the third base line.
Very gutsy strikeout there from Jackson Ramos. Was able to get ahead in the count and was able to put that pitch down and away to generate that swing and miss pitch. Those down and away pitches are really difficult to lay off of, especially when they break the way that hit on that pitch.
Ramos fires in. The first pitch to Gomez is fouled off. So he's down 0-1. And if you're the A's right now, you definitely don't want to leave them loaded. The A's need some insurance runs. Can they get it with Gomez? The 0-1 pitch. Gomez swings and comes up empty, and he's down in the count 0-2. Well, Ramos, he went to the low and away to get the Phillips strikeout. Does he do the same thing here? The pitch. High. But it doesn't quiet the Larks faithful. The 1-2 pitch. Ramos delivers. Swung on and missed, and the A's leave them loaded. We're headed to the bottom of the ninth. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Well, the Hayes Larks, they find themselves in uncharted territory, having to play the bottom of the ninth, something they haven't done all season long to this point. So they send Trent Baker out. So Baker, Bean, and Wilson. First pitch in and called strike. Baker down 0-1. Down in the count, 0-2 is Baker. The Larks are down to their final 3 outs. Go a long ways here if the A's can keep the lead off the base paths. The pitch Goes a little bit low and makes it 1-2.
Very enticing pitch there, just barely missing the outer half of the zone.
1-2. Gonzalez goes high and outside there and evens a count. So after getting Baker down 0-2, he's worked the count even. The 2-2, Baker pops it out to right field, arranging in his copper. He'll pull it down in the first out of the inning. The leadoff is out. Well, the Larks are down to their final 2 outs now. They had the tying run at the plate in the bottom of the 8th multiple times. We'll see what they can do here. Bean, he has flown out the last time he was up, grounded out every other time he was at the plate. So Bean has not been on the base paths at all tonight for the Larks. The A's lead at 5-2 in the bottom of the 9th. The pitch misses well outside, and Bean's ahead 1-0. Probably one of the biggest outings of the year for Nicholas Gonzalez. If he can pull this one off, it would be a major upset for your Dodge City A's. Pitch right down the zone and gets the strike call. Counts even at 1 to Bean. Swung on and tipped. So Bean is down in the count 1-2. The 1-2 delivery. As Gonzalez comes set. Fires in, misses inside, and makes it 2-2. Gonzalez is now at 73 pitches. 44 have been in for strikes. So uncharacteristically, Nicholas Gonzalez has been in command of the strike zone tonight. The pitch misses outside, and the count runs full. So we'll see the payoff pitch, and a big time if we can get this out here. Grounded to Vasquez at second, throws to first and gets the out, 2 away. So that brings up the catcher Wilson. He grounded out the last time he was up. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. And the Larks are down to their final out.
I've seen crazier things from this Larks team, but they're going to really need some serious magic here if they want to keep this one alive.
First pitch from Gonzalez. He'll come set. Delivers in, misses inside, and Wilson's ahead 1-0. Gonzalez has his sign and comes set. Delivers in, misses, gets the strike call that evens the count at 1. I can agree with some frustration. I thought that one might be a little high. But then again, we're not down on the field. The 1-1 goes low, and Wilson is ahead 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Gonzalez delivers. It's a knock. It will get down in right field, and the Larks have a runner aboard. First pitch to Keenan misses outside. Keenan, he's 0 for 2. He went down on strikes the last time he was at the plate. So the tying run now in the on-deck circle for the Hayes Larks. The pitch misses high, and Keenan is ahead 2-0. A 2-0 pitch. It's popped up. It's high. It's playable. Tracking it. Pulling it down is Angel Vasquez, and the A's win it. They take out the Hayes Larks tonight 5-2. Your A's get back into the win column. We're going to keep it right here and do our quick post-game wrap-up as soon as I get the final out recorded. More importantly, your A's handed the Hayes Larks their first loss of the season. Let that soak in, fans. Their first loss of the season, 16-1, and your A's handed it to the Larks tonight. The win will go to Blake Pacheco on the mound. The loss goes to Sammy Frederick. So your A's, they scored 5 in the third inning, and that would be all that they would need. 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. They stranded 11 runners. The Larks, they score 2 in the 6th. 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. They strand 12. Your A's get into the win column here tonight. Let's take a look at the scoring summary. It was all done in the third inning. The A's with 2 out would get... No. With 1 out, Max Irwin would get on. He would get on an error by the third baseman, followed by an Isaiah Velasco walk, an Aiden Morehouse walk, and then Jackson Phillips would come in and with an RBI single would drive a run in. Alejandro Gomez would drive in another one with an RBI single, and then Trace Copper gets his first hit of the season. It's a triple that drives in 2 runs. Your A's, they get 5 on the board, and they don't look back as they take the Larks down 5-2 here tonight and improve on the season. They don't see the series sweep to the Larks, but they do lose the series 3-1. So the A's will have the night off tomorrow night, return to non-league play on Tuesday as they take on Newton Rebels, 7 o'clock at Cavalier Field. I am Justin Hergert alongside with Reese Gleason on the live stream. For the entire A's board and organization, we say thank you for following along. From Larks Park, the A's hand the Larks their first loss of the season. Till next time, you've been